Transformers of Eternia.
You're watching Transformers of Eternia. Now today I want to take a look at the recent information about how Rio Blast is coming to Mattel Creations. But before I do that, if you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button and hit that subscribe button if you want to see more videos like this. And thank you for checking out my channel. Now back to the show. Okay, so we got Rio Blast images. They actually showed images of him for once, and it wasn't just some random thing that they showed on the internet. So we got Rio Blast packaging art here, and he looks pretty good in these boxes. I mean, he comes off as just a regular figure. So he's not going to be a deluxe, I guess, because he's got a lot of stuff. I kind of thought they'd make him a deluxe, but I guess they're not, which makes him probably cheaper, I imagine. But anyway, here's the front of the box with him in the packaging and everything. And here's the picture on the back here. You can see he's fighting Grizzlor and Modulok and his extra components or whatever, his extra 2 pieces. Anyway, but he looks pretty cool. The artwork looks great like always. I mean, that's pretty obvious. They always do that with the artwork on these things. But yeah, it looks pretty good. Okay, so here's the image that was going around for the longest time of the Origins version of Rio Blast. I mean, this image is like all we could see for like months and months and months. And this is supposed to be a Mattel Creations thing. So we got other better images of other Mattel Creations figures. But for some reason, Rio Blast was just left behind and kind of just left to where they didn't even give us any images other than this. And this image, I think, came from Toy Habits. So this is not even an actual release image from like Mattel and what they were trying to promote for the character even. So there is like no promotion for some reason for Rio Blast. I don't know what the deal is. I guess Mattel doesn't really like this character, and they just wanted to kind of just release it now just because, well, we got to get the original cast out, so we got to do this guy, I guess. That's kind of the way it feels, like they don't really care about this. I think they just want to move on to the Filmation cartoon, the cartoon collection stuff more than anything. Well, anyway, we got this image here. I got a bunch of these images that I'm going to show off, but this one here really shows how nice this thing actually looks. And I am not a Rio Blast guy. I'm one of those guys that doesn't believe that we should have a cowboy walking around on Eternia. Okay, it just seems a little too earthly type of stuff. I mean, I get it. We got Brave Star, and that's kind of almost seems like the Masters of the Universe type of stuff. But I mean, this guy here, I mean, I just never was into a cowboy on Eternia. I'm not into Ninja even, because I don't believe there should be a ninja on Eternia. But anyway, this guy just looks so good that I just kind of have to get him. I'm going to miss out if I don't get this guy, so I got that feeling. So I feel like this is going to be a really good toy of him. And this is going to obviously beat out the original toy because that's not very posable compared to this. But I mean, I just love how everything just looks on this guy. He looks really good. This is the comic book you're going to get with it. So we always get a comic book, and you can see in the background, you can see Modulok, and you can see Mantana, you can see Leech, and these are all like cartoon Filmation type of versions of these characters. So that's kind of strange. You can see that Hordak vehicle back there that they'll probably never get around to doing. Maybe they will. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm sure that'll be for the cartoon collection line or something, because that seems to be all they're into now. So anyway, these are some of the images that they released of the box art once again. But it's kind of cool that they did this diorama and stuff that made it look kind of like a Western. But Eternia does have a lot of that type of look. So it kind of looks like Eternia, and it matches up with a Western pretty much the same. So it kind of fits really well. I do like that, though. I like it when they make a diorama and they do go out of their way. Because, I mean, the box art, they're going out of their way for this box art to get it to look like an original figure from the 80s and the same type of box art and all that stuff. So I got to hand it to him for that, because the artists of this stuff is always really great. I can never complain when it comes to these box arts, the box art or whatever, for these Masters of the Universe Origins figures. Well, any Masters of the Universe figure for that matter. It seems like they got pretty good box art. I mean, Masterverse, I think, is not as great, but it's still pretty good. But this artwork really looks nice. And so they got this diorama here. And this is actually a really good shot. I really like this. This has that Western feel. This fits Rio Blast so well. I mean, he's just standing there on like the rocks and the desert type of thing. I mean, this looks like he just come right out of the cartoon or something. And this is just awesome looking. I mean, look at that. That's just so nice the way that they did that. I mean, I always wanted to do some kind of some of these dioramas that look similar to this, but it's like it takes up so much of your house, takes up so much space that you're like, yeah, I'll build all this stuff, and then what am I going to do? I'm going to take a couple pictures of it, and then I won't use it for a while, and then it'll collect dust, and it's hard to dust this stuff. So it's nice that they do this, though, because it really kind of helps the fans to actually want the figure. So it's really like a good promotion. Whereas before I said that they didn't promote it for months and months and months, and they didn't really give us any images. At least now they're actually taking the time and effort to make this thing look nice, to show it off to people. And here he is with all his weapons drawn and all that stuff, with the guns and his chest open with weapons, the backpack all up on his face and everything, and he's got the guns on his legs and everything. Now, we did see this, obviously, on the internet for a long time because, like I said before, the Toy Habits image, I believe it's Toy Habits that took that picture. But anyway, that image that they got that was going around the internet was just this, and it wasn't his human side where he was more showing his face and all that stuff. But at least we got to see all this in a different setting. So we got this nice diorama background, kind of a Western feel. I like all that stuff. So they did a great job here. And I mean, there is a cactus in the background, which kind of makes me wonder, do they really have those on Eternia? Or is that kind of an Earth thing that they got going down there? I don't know. I guess we can make it up as we go and just kind of just go, okay, well, you know, Rio Blast doing his thing out in the middle of the desert. And apparently in the desert, they have Earth type of cactuses on Eternia. But other than that, this does look really cool. And so we got this image of him just kind of just looks like he's jumping in the air, or maybe the gravity is not working very well on Eternia at this point. I don't know. Anyway, he's just kind of just floating up there. Kind of looks like he's on a moon, just kind of jumping slowly. But he's got his backpack all flipped over on his helmet or his head or whatever that is. And he's got all his guns drawn and everything. This looks pretty good. And like I said, this looks like a really cool action figure to have. So I really don't regret this thing. Now I'm going to have to buy this, unfortunately. And I always hate these things because I literally work overnight at my job basically, and I come home, and then right when I'm going to go to bed, right in the middle of my sleep, basically, I have to wake up to buy these things because, you know, if you don't buy it, you're screwed. You're going to have to pay extra on eBay. So that's what sucks. So anyway, looking at this guy, I was thinking just randomly, I figured I'd put this on here. If we're going to get the movie version of Rio Blast, which we will never get the movie version because he'll have to be black or Asian or some other thing because you can't have him be a white guy. But so they'll probably have, I would just say that they should have Charles Bronson play him. But this is just kind of a joke, and all you young people out there that might not know who that is. But anyway, it's just kind of funny because Charles Bronson looks like look at his face. He looks like the He-Man toy from the 80s even in his face. So anyway, I just think it's funny that Charles Bronson, he's got that mustache and everything. He looks very similar to Rio Blast, and I'm pretty sure he could play a good Rio Blast back in the day. But I figured I'd throw that in there because I think it's kind of funny. So now that we're getting Rio Blast, I'm pretty sure the next one, just because of the pictures that were shown off, the next Mattel Creations thing that we're going to get is Voltech. this guy. And I actually like this guy. This guy looks great. And of course, I love the Horde members more than anything. So of course, I'm going to have to get this because it's a Horde member. But he comes with his little trash can robot over there. Anyway, but this guy, I just hope his wings, I think that they should redo his wings to make them fold down and fold up like in two pieces, so it actually they can look like they're flying, and then they can also go down instead of looking like a straight piece. It looks like it's just one straight piece on each wing, so you have to either have them all the way out or all the way out and down, which is kind of sad because I think they should put a little bit more effort into this guy other than that, because this guy looks great. So I'm pretty sure this will be our next Mattel Creations thing, or maybe this will come out in a line somewhere, but I feel like it's going to be a Mattel Creations thing because I haven't seen this like in a line release yet. But anyway, so this is the whole thing. The time is ticking down now for the Mattel Creations Rio Blast, and this is what we're going to get here. So it's January 21st now. So, and then depending on where you're at in the world, I'm not going to list the time because everybody's time is going to be different when this thing comes out. For me, it'll be the crack of dawn in the morning. Well, like it'll be like right after I would normally be asleep. When they first tried to release this, which was on the wrong date or whatever, and they changed the date, I was actually really sick. I still am a little sick. So I didn't even want to wake up at all when this thing, I was just not even going to get it. So luckily they changed it, so maybe now I can actually get this thing. But anyway, that's pretty much everything I wanted to say about Rio Blast. So tell me what you think in the comment section below. Like, share, and subscribe, and thank you for watching.